I'll go through everything that's going to be used. So you get supplied with the plug that actually powers it using this cable. So that's a USB to micro USB. You get the bracket to hang it, fixings, so wood screws and wall plugs, the instructions, and obviously the camera itself. Just go around there. There we go. And on the back, you've got your micro USB power. You've got your cat cable connection there. Your place for your micro SD card and a reset switch. Speaker cover on the back there. Alright, so let's just pop that down. I'm going to be using an iPhone XS. I'm also going to be setting up on an Android, but for the initial setup, I'm going to be using an iPhone XS. And obviously, you don't get that with it, and you also don't get this micro SD card with it. And I'm going to be using a 68 gigabyte card. So, first things first, let's get the app downloaded and get the camera set up on the network. I've got a broken wrist, so this may take a little bit longer than usual. Right, so we're going to download the Littlelf app to the phone. You can use the QR code, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go through the App Store. And what we're looking for is Littlelf. So there's Littlelf. Let's bring that up. And it's going to be this one. So we'll get that. What's my Face ID? Okay. So that's installing. Okay, so that's all done. Let's open the app. Allow notifications to be sent. Allow it to use my location. Right, now I've got to register account now, so that'll be down here. Press sign up. Right, it's in the United Kingdom, so I'll just take this away and fill in all the details. Right, so on that first section, I just had to put my email in and then request a confirmation code. And I had about 70 seconds to get the email confirmation and enter it in. Now it's just asking for a password, so I'll set that up. Right, okay, so email and password have now been put in. And the next thing is to power this up for about 40 to 50 seconds so that it's all up and running, and then we can register it to this. Also, I've got to register this in the actual Wi-Fi network, so those are the next steps. Okay, so we'll put the USB power in. There's the red light come on it, and that'll just take a few seconds to power up. Now, if I press no device yet and add it on, right, so I've got to set it over the Wi-Fi. I've got to wait for the light to be steady red. No, it shouldn't be steady. I should have readied it. So we've just got to wait for the light status. It shouldn't be steady red. Right, so it's ready to go. On the back, I've got the reset button there. Hold it for 2 seconds. Leave go. And we should hear a diddy from the camera. Or in fact, that might have been the diddy that we heard. Let's just do it again. So on the back, we've got the reset button. Press it. Leave go. Yep, there's the diddy. Press next. It's picked up the Wi-Fi network. I'm just going to put the Wi-Fi code in. I'll put the Wi-Fi code in. It's to make sure that the volume's turned up on this, which it is. Please turn up the volume and approach the camera. Right, next. Right, so we've heard the notification there, the lights turn to green. At this point, once you hear the camera register, just leave the clock counting down on the phone and then it will give you the option to say that it's registered. Just put the camera to one side slightly. Next. Oh, we've already done all that. I don't need to share anything, or this is just... Right, so if we click on that, right, okay, so we can see it there. You can see it in operation. I'm going to take it to the garage, but you can move it either with your finger, like I'm doing there. Move it round. You can see the camera moving if I just bring it over. Or, I'm presuming, we can just go up. Well, that's going down. You can just go up and you'll see me. There you go. Like that. Obviously there's a slight lag on it. Right. Let's just go through the options. So that's the volume if I want to communicate. That's if I want to take a picture. So we'll allow that. Right, so that's saved to the album. I don't know if you can see this. If I take a picture, it saves it to the album there. If I want to talk, now this, I'll just probably get some feedback if I do this, but if I keep the finger on it, allow it to access the microphone. Testing. So there's feedback, so I'm not going to do it here, but, and then you can record, so it started recording. And that's obviously going to save to the camera as well. And this is if you want HD or, sorry, high definition or standard definition. I've got it set up on auto at the moment, so that'll be dependent on the speed of the network. Right, okay, I think. So I've got free cloud storage service to be activated. Storage capacity 17 days period. 31 days if it needn't to be activated temporarily. You can activate it later on a page. Right, I'll deal with all that later, so I'll cancel that. This is the pictures that I took, so I took 3 of them. So they're all there. And there should be a short recording as well if I'm not mistaken. Oh, hang on. Is that the recording? And then you can record, so it started recording, and that's obviously going to save to the... So this will be if we've used the motion detector, and this is the settings to set up the motion detector and everything like that. So I'm going to have a play with that, but we're going to get this set up in the garage and then we'll go through it in even more depth. The carriage, we'll just pop the SD card into there, so I'll unpower it. It's very difficult this with especially one hand. Right, so we've got the card and that basically just goes into there like that and pushes in, and that's where the SD card is. So that's for the on-unit storage. Carriage, that's where it's going to be plugged into up there, obviously attached to the ceiling. And I want to be able to just view the garage to make sure if the door's left open or anything, if anybody comes in, that I can see what's going on. So we'll get the bracket up now. Right, bracket's screwed on with 2 of the supplied screws. And onto that plate there, we just need to attach the camera itself. So we'll get that done. So the camera's all in place with the bracket there, as you can see. We just need to plug it into that. Right, all done and dusted. Into the power socket, and it's got power going to it. So now let's go back to the app. Right, so we're all set up in the garage, and I'm going to show you the application running now on my Android phone with a slightly damaged screen. So if we go to the Littlelf. Okay. Alright, so if we go back to my device, and it's listing it there and it's showing that it's online, so if we click onto that. Right, so this is the live view, and you can just obviously move it around with your finger. You can actually tap on an area of the screen as well, and it moves to that, which is quite useful. Right, so I'll just come down a bit. It automatically takes, if you want it to, a 360 picture here. And what that basically means is you can click anywhere on that picture, for example there, and the camera will zoom straight to it. Or if you want to go back to the front, it'll zoom straight to it. So that's a really easy way of navigating, something again that I haven't seen on any other software, and makes this one the best one that I've seen. Right, we've got the audio there, which I was using yesterday, so you can, oh, there's no noise at the moment, so you can't actually hear it, but if I press on that, this comes up and you can actually hear it talking there, which is a good thing for communicating with anybody that's down the garage, because this is about 60 feet away from where we live. Right, if we go back and we go into the settings though, this is going to be of more interest. Not very easy to do with left hand. Right, the first thing I had to do when I put the camera up, I had to change the shooting angle. Because it was basically upside down, I had to reverse the horizontal. So that's what we did there. And then to go through some of the other things. The status light that's on the front of the camera, well, I want that on. The alert mode, if we go into that, so basically if there's any motion detected, it sounds a little siren on the camera itself, and you also get notification on your phone. You can change the various volumes, so the volume on the camera, the notification volume, and the microphone volume as well. Languages speaks for itself. Everything's encrypted. You can set up to record during certain times of the day. So at the moment, I think we're recording. Well, we're not recording anything at the moment. It's recording off a trigger. Camera information. Right, so memory card information. So this is where it's telling you what the capacity is and what's left. So it's already been recording to the SD card that's actually in the camera. Tells you where it's recording to, so the micro SD card or the cloud, but I want it on the micro SD card. I'm not using the cloud at the moment yet. And various things like that. If we just go back though, I think if I go to the alarm, oh no, that's not it, that's to turn the alarms off. Right, let's turn that back on, because right, we've got to alerts there. So it's sent 2 messages. So the first one, if we have a look at it, right, this is where the garage door was being opened. You can hear the alarm on the actual camera itself, which is a good thing. But let's just go back there. And this is one that was done later. And if I turn the camera actually around like this, there we go. And we'll just play that. You can see that the vehicle that was passing it set it off. There, so that set it off. And again, the alarm went off. So I think there's only one thing left to show you, because I didn't really give you a good live view of it. I need to do that. Right, so this is the live view there. Again, if I turn the camera, right, that's better. So you've got a big screen, you can zoom in on it. This is HD at the moment. That's absolutely fantastic. And in summary on this, no, that's not a live view, is it? Let's go back. Out of the alerts. My device. Okay, I'll bring that up. Right, there we go. So that's the live view there. As I say, you can zoom in, move around, all good stuff. In summary, what I would say about this is it's probably the easiest camera I've had to set up, and I've had a few of these for the shops. It's definitely got the best software and the easiest to use software on it. And some of the other cameras, they've only been able to use an SD card up to 32 gig. This will go up to 128 gig. So all in all, this is a definite recommendation for me. Superb now that I can see what's going on in the garage. And I can tell my son what to do when he's messing around in there. So yeah, big recommendation.